It's time for the Luke Howard Show, and guess what? It's recorded, so please welcome Luke Howard! Thank you very much, thank you! Such a lovely, kind audience as usual. Morning. It is Thursday the 30th of April. Guess what? It's the last day in April. Yes, it is. Would you believe? No, yes. Tomorrow means it's the 1st of May. And there's a few things about tomorrow that I'm thinking of. And that's my aunt and uncle opening up their business. So I wish them the very best of luck. They open up Ermine's, which opens up Ermine's cafe and stores, which is going to be a stores to start with, obviously, because of what's going on. So they're just going to do a shop at the moment. And then in a couple of months' time, what they're going to do is in a couple of months, they're going to reopen it up, and then they're going to open it up as a cafe as well. So I just thought that I would let you know about that, okay? And there's another thing as well that I want to say is congratulations. And of course, that is to the wonderful Boris Johnson and his wife. They both had a baby yesterday. So what makes me laugh is Boris Johnson has just gone back to work, and the next minute, he's going off again for 10 days paternity. So, anyway, I still wish him the very best of luck. And we hope that it all goes well. And we hope to see him back in the office very, very soon. Okay, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about my uncle's business and that tomorrow. But first, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the clapping, of course, because it is Thursday. And we talk about the NHS on a Thursday. We talk about clapping, because we clap every Thursday at the moment at 8. And the question that I want to ask you is, though, should we do it every Thursday anyway? I mean, I know we do it at the moment every Thursday anyway, due to what's going on at the moment, but do you think we should do it every Thursday anyway? We should do, shouldn't we? We should do it every week, and it's nice because all the community comes together and they do it, and it's very, very, very nice. But, okay, so do you think we should do it? 07593 847 105 is the number to dial or call or text, of course. If you're texting, start with talk and your name. Or if you're calling, just call us and we'll get straight back to you and we can talk to you and then we'll get you on the show. Or you can email GaryJHoward68@hotmail.com or do 345 457 student.hrc.ac.uk. That's my email, by the way. The other email is my dad's email, and who helps out with the show very well, and it's all the other email is my email, so do get in touch with that, or find us on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. At the Luke Howard fan page is the Instagram page to get in touch with, or use the hashtags #Luke Howard, #Luke Howard Show, or hashtag stay at home and listen to the one and the only show, the Luke Howard Show. That must have been one of the most longest hashtags I've ever seen in all my life. Okay, so let's talk about what's been about this story today, because the coronavirus crisis has had an unappreciated impact on those working on the front line of the NHS. Now, for 100, for one Hertford man, actually. Why did I say 100? I mean, one Hertford man. He's seen his wife working tirelessly in sort of safe care unit in one of Essex's worst hit hospitals. This has also forced him into action. Tim Dunton, his name is, soon came up with an idea that would help the NHS heroes cope as best as they can in the extremely challenging conditions in which they find themselves. The 38-year-old who lives in Hertford with his wife Dr. Lucy, this is local news, by the way, my local news, even launched an Amazon wish list, and in the short space of the time, it has now fetched more than 50,000 quid in donated goods. I prefer to say quid than pounds. Quid's much better for me. Now, featuring everything from, packs of mini cheddars to disposable razors. And this has been, to donate, countless items to frontline staff in order to keep, spirits high during the, most testing of circumstances. Now, the act of kindness, it helps incredibly with his wife, who is, endotherapist at Princess Alexandra Hospital in Harlow, which I know very well. He was treating some of the most vulnerable and critical patients. Tim has seen how difficult it is now firsthand for all the NHS staff, and just wanted to give, something back to say thank you. He said, my wife works at the Princess Alexandra Hospital during this incredible, difficult time, and the staff morale is not necessary, and it low, but it could do with the boost. And he said that she's working in intensive care, literally working on the front line with the most critical patients, which is true, because NHS are always magnificent, so well done to them because they are a fantastic people. They are very good indeed. So the act of the kindness, and it helps incredibly with his wife, of course, and she's working in intensive care, and he's used to a very difficult difficult and stressful time and situations. But for a lot of the staff, this is not normal, and it's really testing times, and there's a huge amount of stress. And it was only a few weeks ago when things started looking very difficult. So I thought about what I could do to help, he said. And it's things such as energy bars, sweets, and things to keep people going, I suppose. A lot of the doctors and nurses, well, they were all working long hours, and so he just wanted to try and make a difference, I suppose. So we set up an Amazon wish list to expecting to get some traction, but not 50,000 quid worth of traction. Shortly after setting up the Amazon profile, Tim started a Facebook page which he shares photos of staff receiving the goods. He originally set it up to those who donated to see where their gifts were going, but it has now become much more than that, and is now a mini community of possibility in itself. The number of local businesses, though, have been keen to get involved too, such as providing water and visitors. And Tim says that nurses have been suggesting that particular products that would help them out. And a lot of instances, we've had some staff come to me and say that I could really do with this in our department. And could you please help? He's been saying. So we've been doing lots of special requests, he's been saying too, which has been great. And he said I wouldn't be able to do without with you my wife, and without the trust itself. And they've been really helpful with the logistics side of things as well. We recently had 1,000 deliveries arrive, and I would say it took 6 of 7 of us about 3 hours to get through it. That was just to get through all the packaging and essentially but put it in order. It's all the distribution then to all of the wards, so it's actually quite a big job. A lot of the staff have been helpful, and some have been coming in on their days of just to help with the description, such as fantastic. He also hopes that about a lot of the equipment that is being brought can be used by NHS staff in the long term, such as cardless phones, conference phones, and pocket language translators. Now, the translators have come in particular useful because, well, there are some patients in intensive care who cannot talk English, which is true. I know a lot of people who work from the front line who are like that, and need to communicate with nurses. Whiteboards have also been brought so deaf patients can write any questions or concerns on them. So to help the Tim's donations, you can visit their Amazon wishlist at amazon.co.uk/hz/wishlist IS/3CG19ZW7 1FQKK ? Type =wish list. And you can join the Facebook page at facebook.com/PEHAMAZON. Would you like me to say that again? I must say it again. It's amazon.co.uk/HZ/wishlist/IZ/3CG19ZW7 1FQKK ? Type =wish list. And you can also join their Facebook page at facebook.com/PEHAMAZON. And there you go. We will leave that story there. And very interesting. And we'll talk more about the NHS and the frontline next Thursday. We'll have more stories about it then. Okay, so there's another story now, because a driver was arrested after police seized a large stash of drugs that were found hidden inside his car. Now, several emergency vehicles were seen in a residential street the other day responding to the incident. Now, the Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire and Hertfordshire Road policing unit, along with local officers, saw a car that was being driven suspiciously in Ware. Now, this was around 7 p.m. on Saturday last week. Now, the car was stopped in the Bourne, and a large amount of Class A drugs was found in the vehicle. Now, the driver was 23 years old, and he was arrested in connection with the incident. It's very interesting. So, a tweet by Beds, Cams and Herts Road Police Policing Unit confirmed the driver also failed a drug swipe. Now, a statement from Hertfordshire Constable added that the Bedscampton Hearts Road Policing Unit, along with local officers, saw a car in suspicious. Now, circumstances at around 7 p.m. on April the 18th. The car was stopped in the Bourne and a large amount of Class A drugs were found in the vehicle. The driver, 23 years old, was arrested in connection with the incident. So I think that's terrible what's been going on there. Absolutely terrible. Okay, we'll move on from there now. Now, the boss of Hertfordshire County Council has highlighted the critical issue of personal protection equipment for social care staff to local MPs. Now, personal protective equipment can be vital in protecting staff working with vulnerable adults and children during the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, while there are now reported to be significant supplies in the county for the immediate term, it has emerged that County Council Chief Executive Owen Mapley had earlier warned local MPs that this was not the case. And a report to the County Council's Cabinet said that Mr Maples had earlier told local MPs that supplies of PPE for staff working with vulnerable adults and children were insufficient. Now, according to the report, the had hinted that without the equipment, those staff may not be able to support those diagnosed with hospital, which would increase the pressure on the NHS. Now, Mr Mapley has since told MPs that there has been some progress pointing to the bulk delivery of the supplies and, donations, as well as donations from the University of Hertfordshire and local schools. Now, he has also said that there are now significant supplies for the immediate term team of non-NHS agencies, but he was warned MPs that personal protection equipment remains a critical issue. The concerns were reported to the first meeting of the County Council's special cabinet panel last Friday as part of an update on the council's response to the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, highlighting the internal shortages, a report to the meeting of the special cabinet panel stories, the chief executive of Hertfordshire County Council, Owen Mapley, contacted MPs. They were stating that there was a significant supply of personal protection equipment for social care staff working with vulnerable adults and children. The MPs were informed that without significant resources, social care supplies would not be able to support the hospital, increasing pressure on the NHS. The County Council is focused on ensuring the significant supplies for social care and provided in Hertfordshire-based social care services. And a report says the Council will continue to provide social care workers and the increased volunteer workforce with the correct personal protective equipment. And it says that the Council will work with the National Supply District Response Team to ensure that their care homes, hospitals and home care providers receive the share of the PPE provided by the government. Now, meanwhile, the report also outlines the steps the council has taken in partnership with the NHS to create additional capacity in the county's active hospitals. The council has already purchased on additional 100 nursing beds to increase the capacity in nursing and care homes. Officers are also working with local hotels as a possible for low-level needs beds. They are bringing 2 former care homes in the east and west of the county back in the operation in addition to the Hertfordshire County Council. With the Hertfordshire Care Providers Association, now, with the association, it has set up a care provider help desk website and daily email to support care homes and those providing home care. And in the past month, the help desk, one of the first to be set up by a council, has taken more than 1,000 calls. Now, most calls are said to be about PPE, clarifying government guidelines in advance on supply lines, according to Hertfordshire County Council. The University of Hertfordshire has now delivered the first conservation of hand sanitizer that has been manufactured in their labs, and the sanitizer and other donated items of PPE have been distributed into the social care system. Wow, what a very long story that was. That goes on and on. We're going to leave that one there as well because I want to talk about Tony Robinson, and then we're going to talk about Matt Hancock. Now, Tony Robinson claims that the over 70s are being treated with continence during the crisis. The Blackadder star, 73 years old, would you believe, said the elderly are having the worst of everything, speaking ahead of his new show on Discovery Channel VE Day. Minute by minute, he said, many groups are vulnerable to the virus, so that they will are picking on the elderly. Now, many over 70s are so aware of their fitness yet and are told to stay in for the possible future. I love Tony Robinson. He's an amazing person. He did a magnificent documentary. It was brilliant on More 4 about the River Thames. Did you see it? It was amazing. It was incredible, his documentary. Absolutely amazing. And and I wish him the very best of luck with doing that, because that is really good with his new documentary. But the Thames one you can still get, I suppose. But he's an amazing person, Tony Robinson, absolutely amazing. Okay, so the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock's rolled up his sleeves to take part in a critical trial to help tackle coronavirus. Now, the study will investigate whether plasma extracted from the blood of recovered COVID-19 patients could help treat others fighting this potential deadly illness. Now, Mr. Hancock, who beat the virus after